wanted to do a quick video about the wild horses that are being rounded up. You've seen a lot of my posts. As you already know, the Free Wild Horse Act of 1970 gives wild horses 27 million acres to roam on. However, the Bureau of Land Management, also known as BLM, is rounding them up and saying that only 10% of the land should be dedicated to the horses, which, if you look at the act, it totally violates what the law is. And what politicians will only speak up and sound the alarm when the masses are pissed off, when the media starts questioning them, or when their donors or their lobbyists start pushing them to do something. Otherwise, no one's going to do anything. And right now what's happening is the cattle ranchers are the ones that are pushing the agenda. The cattle ranchers have the biggest lobby. These horses that are out in the wild, they don't have anybody speaking up for them. And nobody will until somebody opens their mouth and goes viral. And somebody says, hey, what the fuck are we doing here? We keep going back on our words. We've gone back on our words to the American Indians. We've gone back on our words to many different classes of people in this country. We basically make laws then to find loopholes to not have to fulfill them. So the law states you cannot slaughter horses. The law states these horses can roam freely on this land that's dedicated to them. There's 90,000 horses. Well, there were 90,000 horses. There's obviously a lot less because they rounded up so many horses. Currently, right now, there's 57,000 horses in captivity.
That's horrible.
I mean, 27 million acres is not enough land for 90,000 horses. I mean, how many people live in the state of New Jersey in a lot smaller area? It's just bullshit. It's because the land is valuable now. The land that is dedicated to these people is being used for grazing and all these purposes. So, what do? Then that's what you do. You start saying, well, they're destroying our wildlife. They're destroying people's properties, and they're destroying this. 90,000 horses. I'm sure BLM can do a better job taking care of the horses, so maybe they don't run off into other people's lands and stuff like that. It's bullshit. And nothing will get done to stop this torture of these horses. These horses, they have feelings. They have families. They're not just animals or dog meat. Speaking of dog meat, one congressman, and I'm going to go easy on him. He's a Republican congressman. And if you know me, I got a problem with both Democrats and Republicans because both parties have done their best to destroy this nation. They've chipped away at America, the fabric of America, and what made America an amazing country. And today, we're on the doorstep of becoming a third world country. And I don't give a shit if you're a Democrat, I don't give a shit if you're a Republican. Both parties screwed this up. So this one congressman decides to take this issue of wild horses, and you know what his genius plan is? He says to the American Indian nations, he says, how about we transport the horses to your lands and turn them into dog meat? What's happening here? The dog meat industry paying you off? Why? Because the reason he wants to do that is because on American soil, you can't slaughter the horses. But the tribal lands don't fall under American law, so they can slaughter the horses all they want. That's their genius plan.
That's disgusting.
How about you raise the money? How about instead of wasting money in these stupid laws that are being passed and where we're researching Vietnamese prostitutes and their smoking habits, how about we spend the money and hand it to the Bureau of Land Management and let them manage these horses? That would make sense now, wouldn't it?
Makes sense to me.
I don't think anybody in D.C. can make sense, can do anything. I mean, just watch one of those Senate committee hearings. Half the idiots can't use a fucking cell phone. Excuse my French. So, spread the word. Contact your politicians. Go to the press. Tag whatever. Maybe some major accounts will pick this up. Pick your videos up. Pick up your post. And question. And that's the only time these politicians act, is when the press is all over them. And then they feel like they can get 2 minutes of airtime. And then they want to put their freaking wrinkled up faces on TV and get a soundbite for the 6 o'clock news. Do something. Spread awareness.